far this goes. It's way out there already. Whoop. What's up, guys? Back for another video. Today we got fir trees. One fir tree today, but over the next few weeks we're going to be taking out the other ones. Today I'm taking out this one, and then next week me and Jake Rogers are taking out these two. Here's the setup. We got the truck positioned here. We got Eric looking good there. Running the BC 1500 for the first big job. Brand new. Got the mats down, protecting the grass. Help it clean up a little bit too. And so it begins. Oh, let's try that again. It's kind of a big tree. So ridiculous. Here we go, now we're in it. Give you the idea of the size of this limb right here. I can't, it'd take 4 hands to get around this limb. That's a big piece of limb, big piece of wood. How many feet do you think we're at here?
Probably about 40.
40 feet? I've got to take this jacket off. I am just dripping in sweat. It's like, wear rain gear to stay dry, but then it holds so much heat. There we go. I'll probably get this back from you later. I had sweat dripping from my nose already. I'll just run this right off the top of this limb here. As long as it's up near the collar of the branch, it's super strong. Rig these 2 branches right here. That's a big one. Now you see I'm running a foot ascender. It's a Petzl foot ascender. I like to use it because I can just step up, advance my system here. In fact, I can come off my flip line altogether. Step up, advance, step up, advance. It's kind of, it's faster and easier than flip lining. Like this is very little effort. Just stepping up, advancing, and then just unclip. I use it with my spurs. I just put it on first and then I have my spurs next to it. I'm gonna take a little bit of time here to move everything up the tree, and they're gonna chip what we've gotten down so far.
Dang, look at this dump tube right here for the big old turb skis. Let's take a look in here. Wow, that's shiny. Do you see the shine on this? Sweet little control panel. Watch this. Lights.
I got enough below me where it should fill up the area that we are staging for chips. So I will reset the rigging here. Hopefully this isn't too large, the trunk still. It's still pretty big right here. I think, nope, it's still too big. So I'll have to put it on a limb. I like to use these steel carabiners on the end of my ropes because, for example, it gives me some weight to get it around the tree and through like little limbs and stuff versus a little aluminum carabiner. It would just kind of hit it and bounce off. Round 2 of rigging. Climb line set, rigging set. It's attached to my belt here, so now I can just rappel down into these limbs, start rigging stuff down. I like this rope runner. Look, one hand operation. As long as you keep it like clean and stuff here, it's really smooth. But here's how I like to do it. Just kind of rappel back down. Collect stuff as you go down because it likes to get hung up. But see, I got my rig line with me. And now I'm ready to go to start rigging this first limb right here. All I do is hook up to it. And that's how I do it with carabiners too. It's not off, huh? Look at that, barely. Look how it's holding on like that. Big old limb. Look at this. That's crazy. Try to let those run if you can. I wouldn't go more than a wrap anymore. Yeah. He got scared. He's putting 2 wraps on. My arms have a little bit of rain on them and the wind's starting to kick up, so they're actually starting to get a little chilly. Might have some in my jacket soon. I'm not building so much heat up now that I'm doing smaller increments of climbing. Yeah, it's starting to get a little chilly up here. There you go. You can see these other 2 trees over here that we're gonna do next week. I'm already pretty far up those. And look how skinny that one is at this point. But this one that I'm in right now is still massive all the way up. For this rigging, I'm using this Rock Exotica. It's like an Omni pulley, Stihl carabiner, and then a pretty large sling, like a 3/4 inch sling, along with a 1/2 inch rope, rated for like 10,000 pounds, and then the Stihl carabiner at the end. That wind is just pushing into my back, pushing out here towards the house. Definitely a little chilly breeze. And unfortunately, all the little stuff that comes off the tree is going to be going out here into the yard, and we're going to have to clean all that up. It's too bad it's not pushing out here. Whew, there's the wind. Brrr. All right, they're clear now. Here we go. One more nub. So they're going to start chipping, and I'm going to move the system up again. Throwing it over these limbs, keeping it towards the base of the tree and flipping in the line towards the tree so it hugs that collar of the branch. It doesn't come out. Now I can skip past all these limbs with my flip line. Alright, I finally gotten to a point that I think will slow them down a little bit when we get enough on the ground. What I'm kind of doing is I'm climbing up the tree and kind of keeping an eye below me and seeing how much is below me, and you know, if that'll fill our staging area. And if it does, that's good. I'll stop, set the rigging, and we'll take some limbs down. And then as they're chipping, I will climb back up and resume up the tree and set more rigging. We got some height. You can see how small the truck's starting to get in the houses. Anything that I can throw down, I am. Saves time with the rigging. This pretty big branch, pretty heavy, but it's manageable. Broken into 6 pieces. That one's a little big. I don't want to just send that one down because we have these 3 trees that they freshly planted, you know, within the last year or 2. So we don't want to wreck those. The weather's shaping up a little bit. I can almost see the sun coming out. The wind's calmed down and the rain's kind of chilled out, so that's good. It's kind of a pain because it's out and over everything below me. It's gonna have a little bit of weight to it, so I'm gonna have to maneuver this one out. What I do is lower it down into those branches and then kind of pick it up, thread it back. Headache! Sheesh. Rope coming back up to me. He just pulls it right back up from the ground and brings it right back to me here. They'll keep it right along that tree, kind of force itself through. Headache! Perfect. Right through it. Oh gosh. That straight smacked the ground. Clear! It smacked the ground hard. Pow! That was awesome. Time wise, it is 10:42. So we've basically been in the tree for 2 hours. And I've gone pretty far. It's starting to get dense now, but they're smaller. So I'll be throwing a lot more. But 2 hours into it, not bad. I figured it would take me 3 hours to limb this whole tree out. Might take 4. That's okay, I'm in no rush. That was a little short there. Ow, hit me right in the hand. Ow, that hurt. For the most part, even if I'm way out there, I just flip this line back towards the base of that branch. Now, a couple flips with the rope and it's bringing it down. I don't want to be on top of that. You get kind of good at flipping lines when you do this a lot. And again, that's really strong. I know it seems scary, but it's not. It's a strong branch. Oh, I just hit my funny bone. That didn't feel good. Make this smaller. So that fits through there. Now I'll turn this whole thing around to the front of the tree. Or at least to the side of the tree. Take this extra and just put it back here, out of the way. Now I have my rope. We're all set. It looks like the chip box is getting pretty full with chips in it. So my whole plan was to fill it up and then I'll go down the tree and go dump that. I'll just rope walk up it, it won't be too bad. That'll give them a sec to clean more of this up and then I'll go dump the chips, and the rest of this should fit in the back of the truck. Let's see, I'll have to ask. Is that box getting pretty full? Do you think I should come down and dump? All right, we'll go one more, then a little more chip in here. I'll probably give them, probably what's around me, it'll probably fill it up. The rain's picking up again. Now it's definitely raining. I'm at the top. If I was in these other trees, we'd be getting really close to topping these. But this one still has a ways to go. Another, geez, 50 feet probably. This is a really tall tree. Headache! That one actually went out through it and then forward of the tree, which is good. That'll work. Swing this towards the other tree. Cut this nub off. I think it's time to go down. All right, coming down. Ooh, rope runner's getting hot. It's pretty far up there. Just let this run a little slower and it won't be so bad. We're getting there. There you go, look at that. Now they're up off the ground. These are the notch carbon fibers. Really lightweight. Some of the lightest that you can buy. I'm pretty happy with them. They're really strong and I mean, no issues at all, no complaints. Rope walking, knee ascender, foot ascender.
This is picking up rubber. Pitchfork.
The idea here is to keep your body upright. Just use your legs. Ta-da! I made it. My heart rate's pretty low. That works pretty efficiently. Seems like the BC 1500 is doing good. It's chipping all the little stuff because it has the double spinning barrels that suck it in. I think that's a way more effective than the BC 1000 that I also have, the 12-inch, where it's just one barrel pulling it in. This is double barrels pulling it in. Double barrels! One more interesting note, the higher you go on these in a tree, the heavier the ropes are that you're pulling with you, that are attached to you, because there's more length off the ground. I can finally see the top. It's like 20 feet above me in 4 hours. I had to go all the way down and go dump chips. That took me some time, but we're 4 hours into this. I'm gonna send this branch, rig it down, but then he's gonna send me the slings up and we're gonna start zip lining. It's gonna be a lot faster. Here's the monkey beaver slings. Well, they're not monkey beaver slings, but that's where I got them from, monkeybeaver.com. I bought 2 sets of them. One set's just not enough, in my opinion. The way I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna let this carabiner knot just go up to the pulley. It won't go through, so it'll be a taut line on this side, and I'll just start rigging stuff to it. So I don't have to change the system up in any way. Now I can just pull from them. And I'll need to move my body out of the way of this limb, but you get the idea. Here's what I'm doing. Take this over here, attach to the limb. And now that one's ready to go. So this line's gonna be static now, so I have no problem just coming over here on this side of it. And now once they tighten this limb, this rope up, I'll be able to just send the limb. All right, he says he's ready. Test branch number 1. Oh, that slammed so hard. But it worked perfectly. It controlled it down. How was that? Scary. He said scary.
Ready?
That is coming down so hard. Clear! So now while they're moving these branches to the chipper, I can start connecting these zipline lanyards or slings to limbs. And that way all I gotta do is cut them. I can even hook up. I'll cut this one, then I'll cut that one. Oh, geez, these are still big limbs, but it's keeping it in the landing zone, so we're good. So like it's doing right now, let's see if it'll thread through. Oh. They're extra heavy because of the water. Headache! Yeah, really heavy because of the water. Sheesh. That just popped right off. Ooh. That one stuck a little bit. We're gonna have to fix that before I see the next one. Let's see if we can just... Perfect. There it goes. Well, we got all the hangers out. Alright guys, I'm at my final tie-in point. The tree, it broke out in the past a long time ago. The top did, so we got 2 tops now. But what's good about that is I can put my sling on this portion right here, and both of these tops are small enough where I can just send them. Taking a brief look around. Really cool scenery at this height. I don't know, I didn't measure this tree out, but I mean, I've been in many trees, and I would say this is probably 130 feet. I mean, it's tall, it's really tall. So it's time to get back to sending down some more slings. Make sure that you send these down in the right order, that's the thing. I got 3 on. So it'll be this one, then this one, then this one. There it goes, perfect. Eric and I ordered the Protos ear headset. It's only one, it's like the left ear, I want to say. It's like $400, but we each ordered one. They're backwards, so we've been waiting like 3 weeks now. We used to use some other communication system off Amazon, but we got rid of that. So we've just been kind of yelling at each other, and it's working pretty well. It's not ideal. We're looking forward to having that new system. That wind is really kicking. Look how far this goes. It's way out there already, so you gotta wrap these up. Here we go! And all this is doing is keeping them in our drop zone area. Yeah, that's perfect. That was it. Perfect. Stand by. Got a little hanger action here, huh? All right, that's all right. All I got to do is walk my way over here and then send it. There goes. That is so brutal down there. And that one's hanging too, so I'll have to fight it out. Give me a second to figure that out. The update. I couldn't get it off the rope, so I had to just release the line. It just sent the whole line. I should have videoed it, I wasn't thinking about it. So now I gotta pull this line back up on my climb line, which kind of sucks because it's an arm pump. But it is what it is. I think this rope's long enough. I think this is a 300-foot rope. If it's not, then I just lower it down myself from here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. It's gonna be a negative rig because this rig point is lower than the limb. That's okay. It's not like massive, so it'll hold on just fine. So that's all buttoned up there. Now I just have to send it. Alright, so we got a little bit of a hanger situation there. There it goes, he got it out. It's still kind of hanging, but he'll get it out. That's one top, so I gotta do that one more time, and that one's much larger. I'm gonna go small. I'm gonna go small and I'm gonna go home. Let me reset this up. All right. This should be fun. This is the last piece. The last piece. I'm just gonna send it. Whoop. Well, That's how that happens. Just cut the rope. Yep. Send it back. Not smart. Looks like it's still gonna hang on. Oopsies. Well, that's a mistake. And luckily, nothing bad happened. We're just gonna have to fix it. Alright, let's try that one more time. That was a bad deal. Just want to keep the saw away from it this time. I should have put a face cut in it, but I didn't. So now I'm kind of paying for it. But there goes the top. Well, that was a little bit of a disaster. And the lesson learned there is you got your rope running near where you're, topping the tree, do your face cut, put the rope around the front of the face cut, and then do your back cut. I didn't do that and had to quickly sort things out to make it right. But by the grace of God, we're good to go. Now I get to start chunking this thing, which is a great feeling. We're at 140 now, so I got a good 2 hours to chunk this out. I should get quite a bit done. Whew. Long ways down. A bigger saw. Today. Alright, that was the last piece with this saw. Time to get the 500i 32-inch bar. Should get me a ways on this tree. There it is. Woo! Big one! I finally went through a tank of gas, so now I'm sending the saw down to get a refuel. It's coming along. This is hard work. The tree's big. You see, taking all of my 32-inch bar up. 32 inches just to chunk this thing out another 50 feet. It's got some work in it. I'm using this little CMI pulley. I just put it on my climb line system here, and that's how it goes up and down. So I don't have to, you know, I don't have to lift it. He can do it from the ground. So a little quick tip right there how I'm doing that. I think I'm gonna call it a day at this point. I've got like 35 more feet of log to buck up. Well, that's how tired I am. I got 35 more feet of log stem to get on the ground. Falling it. I'm gonna do it in chunks. Like I'll do face cuts and back cuts, and then we'll pull it over with the rope in big pieces. I'm putting a rope on it because this building right behind me, it's on a hill. This is a hill right here, and I don't want going backwards and rolling towards that. So I'm gonna call it quits for now. I will be back in the morning, and it's probably gonna look the same way as it looks right now, overcast, and I'll continue on with this. Dang, the weather really shaped up this next day. All right, here's what we got left. Let's see if I can get it. The top's like right there. Probably have to cut maybe like 4 pieces. I want to be able to, when they come down, he'll be able to use the mini to still be able to lift them, because this only holds 1,000 pounds. That's really pushing it. Really 800 pounds. That's quite a bit for this machine. So keep them manageable. And I'm pretty sore from yesterday, but gotta finish the job. The right size. Woo! Perfect. You see how small I gotta get that hinge for it to go over, because it's so heavy, and because my hinge is so far forward, so it takes a lot of pull to get it to go over. That was better. Look at that. That's what I'm looking for right there. Woo! Way better. Getting this rope around this whole thing is hard because of the size of it. I got this big old 500i swinging from my hip. Thanks. lot on, but we'll take it. Pretty healthy wood, really dense. It went a little sideways, but we're totally clear of everything right here.
Yep.
Good job.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Well, that's probably all you guys wanted to see, so if you decide to end this video, I appreciate you watching. It was fun, and I got more trees coming up, a lot. In fact, all three of these are coming out next. Guilty of treason's gonna climb this one, and I'm gonna do this one at the same time.
Yeah, and Eric Johnson will be picking up limbs next week.
He'll be on the ground with Jake and Randy the Mandy. All right, guys, there'll be some more video to come, but if you decide to call it a day, thanks for watching. That's flat. How I like it. That's a big stump. Here's some of the wood. Jeez, that's some big pieces of firewood. That's wild. Huge. Crazy. It was fun though. I'm glad it's over with. See you guys later.